Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you and enjoy the video.
In this video, we're going to show you front axle replacement on this 98 Durango, same as any 98 to 03 and also 97 to 04 Dakota. Obviously 4-wheel drive. Tools you'll need are jack and jack stands, 14mm and 32mm sockets and ratchet. You'll either need an impact wrench or a large breaker bar or a pipe for leverage. 19mm socket and ratchet or your lug wrench, hammer, pliers, and a torque wrench. Okay, I'm going to kind of fast forward through things here. This is obviously taking the wheel off and then taking the brakes apart. And a note on this, for the axle, if everything goes like it goes in this video, you actually don't have to take your caliper apart or your rotor off. You can kind of skip that part, but if you do find that your axle is stuck in your hub and you need to use a gear puller or an axle puller, you may have to take your brakes apart. So I'm just showing it to you. Also, if you want to see this in real time, just check out our Dakota and Durango front brake video.
Secure my caliper up here with a wire tie, and now I'm going to remove this cotter pin here. Usually the best way to do it is to break it as high up as you can. Use a bigger pair of pliers, squeeze it together as much as I can. Cap, and a little spring washer come out.
Okay, in this part we're going to remove the hub nut. It's a 32mm nut, and if you don't have air tools, what you can do is you can put your tire back on, put the lug nuts back on, lower your vehicle onto the ground, and then use a breaker bar and 32mm ratchet to do it. I'm sorry, a 32mm socket. I have the benefit of an impact wrench, so I will use that to remove the nut.
Okay, so the bolt comes off, and there's also a washer in there as well. Now if you're lucky, what you do is just take a hammer, okay, but if you give it one good wrap, and you just watch the axle in relation to the hub, and you see that move, then you're okay. Okay, you don't need to worry about using a axle puller or anything like that. Move those 6 bolts right back in there. You can see them as they come around. Okay, and they're not too difficult. You can reach them pretty easily from the underneath. Okay, right there. And what you can do, got my bar on here, and my wrench with my 14mm socket. And so now I hold this while I pull on this one right here, okay, and then come off, and then go to the next one, and come off, and that's one way to do it. Obviously, a much easier way to do it is with an impact wrench. That's it here.
Okay, we'll just kind of speed through removing the rest of those bolts.
Once you have the axle unbolted, you can reach right in here, pull it back and down. Okay. And then as you get down to here, you just kind of spin it. You pull it back and spin it down. Then use your hammer. Push it right out. lift it up some. And then there's your axle out.
Okay, so a good trained eye is going to notice that there's a new hub on there and that I'm actually installing the same old axle. That is intentional. The reason I was working on this vehicle was to replace the hub, but I figured I'd just make a axle video in the meantime. So that's why you see that.
Put your axle back in. You want to have your wheel turned slightly to the inside of the car. Just allows you a good angle back here. Put your axle up in. Guide the axle into the hub. Okay. Basically what it allows you, you can see right here it's angled a little down. Having the wheel turned allows you to push your axle down so you can get it in. Okay. And then pull on the CV. Get it up and in, lined up. Start your 6 bolts. Now I'm going to preliminarily tighten these bolts with my impact wrench. And now using my torque wrench and my bar to hold it, I'm going to torque each one to 60 foot-pounds. I'm going to put my washer and hub nut on, and at this point I'm not going to tighten this all the way up. I'm just going to preliminarily get it on there. I won't torque this until I have the vehicle down on the ground. Tire back on the ground. I've got my torque wrench set to 175.
Okay, now I'm going to speed through this. We're going to put that cap back on, put a new cotter pin in there and bend it, and then raise up the car, take those lug nuts off, put the center cap back on, put the lug nuts back on. Obviously we're going to torque those to about 100 foot-pounds. And one other note, if you did have to take your brakes apart, make sure you pump your brakes a few times, make sure they're working before you road test the vehicle. Okay, so let the car back down, and now you can see here I'm going to torque the lug nuts again to about 100 foot-pounds. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.